If you do not have a prenuptial agreement at the beginning of your divorce, if you guys are involved in a relationship where you are just living together, while it is not a legal requirement, I can only say that it will go a long way for you to not have any issues should the two of you decide to separate. Effectively, what I'm saying to you, if you're getting married, you need to sign your divorce before you get married. And if the person doesn't want to sign the divorce agreement, basically, at the beginning of your relationship, it should be a huge red flag for you as to why they would resist signing effectively the divorce at the beginning of the relationship. Because if you cannot agree when you two are in lovey-dovey state, okay, the divorce, or if you cannot agree, if you have what effectively was known as a cohabitation agreement at the beginning of your relationship, there should be a huge warning sign to you that you can expect problems should you get divorced from that person or separate from that person if you are not married. We can only strongly suggest that you do this. And should the other person not want to sign it, then it should be a huge red flag saying to you, get out of the relationship now, while you're still ahead of the game. I see all too often that, yes, there was a prenuptial agreement sometimes put together at the beginning of the relationship. But very rarely are those sufficient to get you out of your marriage at the end of the marriage. We strongly suggest that you do this. Things like, people, God forbid that one of you should pass away. What happens to the children that are born out of that relationship, irrespective of whether you were married or not? I see it all the time. Children literally get stolen by one of the grandparents, and then the parent that is left behind ends up struggling to get rights of contact to their child, when in actual fact the grandparents had no rights. Sure, the grandparents can approach the courts under Section 23 of the Children's Act and request rights and responsibilities towards the grandchildren. But by default, if your partner passes away, it is an automatic line to you. But because it's not detailed, because it's not discussed, because it's not written down in a contract, that contract is not made in order of court, there is a hullabaloo to play. And I see it all the time, sadly, because life happens, people. And as much as we don't want to see the end of a relationship through death, should the one spouse pass away, you've got to be realistic about these kind of things. Please contact us to guide you through all the things that need to be included in those contracts, irrespective of whether you're married culturally, traditionally, or civilly, or religiously, and irrespective of whether you are just in a cohabitating relationship with that person. Please come to us to get the assistance. It can only bode well for you going forward. Please like, share, and subscribe this. Please get the information out there. Please share this far and wide. If you need assistance, please contact us. All the contact details are in the comments below. Love to you all.